I made a video about these guys a while ago, Life of Luxury and their amazing channel. But if you have the life of luxury of not knowing what their channel is, it follows Chester and Parker, two very professional and very effective ghost hunters investigating very real hauntings. I just want to make sure you understand how real this is, and that in no way, shape, or form is it scripted, not at all. Not to mention that a lot of their videos revolve around something being wrong with a family member. There's something wrong with her mom. There's something wrong with her dad. There's something wrong with her dog. At this point, they're just ghost family counselors, which to be fair, I imagine that's a pretty lucrative market. My favorite thing about this channel though has to be the messages they get from people who are asking for help. In most, if not all of their videos, they get a message from someone who needs help because they saw some super strange or super weird occurrence happen, but the things they send are always so random. They're things that like maybe you should get the police involved with instead of ghost hunters.
We received an email from a girl named Becca whose little sister Kaylee recently went missing. Becca says she found a tape in her sister's room that she thinks may have something to do with her disappearance. She sends us this video of the tape.
So come on down to Petey's Playhouse, where the fun never stops. But remember, don't tell your parents.
Okay, so maybe tell your parent. That's just my first thought. This whole crisis could have been averted by you just not listening to this obviously insane guy wearing a 1950s ice cream shop outfit. But then also when Becca saw this, why was her first thought to call Chester and Parker and not the police? There's literally nothing paranormal about this. Nothing. Like, call a SWAT team or something. SWAT this house. I don't know. And maybe I'm just out of touch, but how did this video even convince Kaylee to go to this playhouse? This was probably one of the most unconvincing pieces of media I've ever seen in my life. Like, realistically, there's a dude literally getting tased. The people are also dressed like serial killers. And not to mention that there's nothing in that video that shows anything fun. Like, how does Kaylee look at this and think this would be a fun place to go?
Now, Becca thinks her little sister was tricked into going to this playhouse.
I love how he says she was tricked. It's like she looked at this video and somehow got the idea that this place would be like Disney World. There was absolutely not a single thing at all that maybe might have sort of given her the idea that maybe Petey's Playhouse is a little bit fishy.
So come on down to Petey's Playhouse, where the fun never stops.
I'll have one ticket, please.
Bro, why do you want to go to this house? We weren't invited.
Because Becca says her sister's missing. She could be in there.
Then why doesn't she look for her herself? We aren't even sure this place is real.
Bro, you saw the tape Becca found. It definitely looks real. And apparently multiple people have gone missing. We gotta see if they're in there.
Okay.
How is Chester convinced that easily to go and investigate this place? Why are we checking out the murder house, dude? Because Becca's sister's missing. Why doesn't she just call the police? We go where the wind blows. Okay, let's do it. Also, why are they going to this place at 9 p.m.? That's such a bad time to go. Like, obviously it's a really weird and messed up place. In best case scenario, it's filled with ghosts. Worst case scenario, it's filled with child kidnappers. And somehow they figured the most appropriate time to go to this place would be at 9 p.m. Could they not fit finding missing children into a more convenient time in their day?
Bro, are you sure this is the right place? It looks abandoned.
I'm pretty sure this is it. I think Kaylee might be in there. Let's open the door.
Okay. Dude, what is this place?
Did Chester forget what this whole mission was about? Like, the second he walked into the door, he forgot all about Petey's Playhouse, and he also forgot about Kaylee, Becca's missing sister, the reason he was there. He even recorded the Petey's Playhouse sign outside, which is very low budget, I might add. And I still don't get why that even after they saw Petey's Playhouse, which doesn't look like a playhouse, they still decided to not call the police. This house looks like one of those bathrooms you see at a public park. It's terrifying. But I can definitely appreciate appreciate how well the owners have taken care of this place, on the inside at least. The keyboard looks brand new, the mats on the ground look clean and vibrant, and the walls look freshly painted. Maybe this could be a classic case of don't judge a book by its cover.
I don't know. What is this?
What? What's this? Bro, this place is weird. I just saw a ball pit over there.
Dude, I know you thought this place was totally normal before, but it's not. It's weird. I just saw a ball pit. Super weird. Also, again, I love how clean everything is. Like the poster and even the ball pit. They have a high attention to detail here at Petey's Playhouse. It's a shame that their advertising's a little off-putting though. They probably should put a little bit more thought into that, if I'm being honest.
I think something's really off here. We should go.
Dude, you know we can't do that.
Why not? Imagine what kind of freaks live here.
Because we just got here. And we haven't even tried to look for Kit.
Who's that?
Was he just sitting in the corner watching them the whole time? And was he just sitting there before they even entered the home? That had to have been hurting his knees. I mean, look at how he was sitting. Maybe he didn't even giggle. Maybe that was just like a sound of pain, like torturous pain he was in. Imagine how embarrassing that would be for him though if Chester and Parker found that out. It'd be pretty embarrassing for him. And again, realistically, assuming they're walking into this house and getting bad vibes, why are they being so loud?
I think something's really off here. We should go.
They're like 2 feet away from each other and they're yelling. The creepy ice cream guy was actually probably sleeping and then they came in and started yelling and it woke him up. That's probably what happened.
Welcome to Petey's Playhouse. Do your parents know you're here?
Our parents? No, we're actually here looking for our friend Kaylee. Is she here?
We have lots of friends here at Petey's Playhouse. Now, are you guys ready to play?
Not right now.
No, thank you. I'm okay. Thank you for asking, though. I'm also really enjoying this whole block vibe he has going on. Like, he has this whole creepy ghost thing going on, but then he's standing in front of a little plastic wall that he probably put together. That actually was probably what he was doing before they came in, because the wall isn't even finished. There's some blocks just sitting on the ground there, and honestly, I'd be kind of annoyed if that happened to me too. But this guy ends up agreeing to show them where Kaylee is, so they follow him to a room called the Naughty Boys room. Great spot. That is a really good room.
I believe Kaylee is in here.
That is not convincing at all. You believe she's in there, but you're not entirely sure. Do you have just a little hunch? But somehow that's convincing enough for Chester and Parker because they follow him into there and it turns out to just be an empty room with a bucket and toilet paper in the corner, which at least when he was setting up his torture house, he was kind enough to include a little toilet paper next to the toilet bucket. Some hotels don't even do that. But somehow even that's not enough to convince them to stay because once they realize Kaylee's not in there, they decide to leave.
Parker, where are we going?
We're leaving. What? Bro, what happened to this door?
What? Why is it blocked off?
Someone trapped us in here.
What do you mean? Bro, we gotta leave.
I feel like Chester doesn't pick up on 90% of what it said. There's clearly a barricade in front of the door, and Parker said they can't leave, but then Chester's like, what do you mean? Let's just walk through the door right there. Also, Parker could totally just bust through that door. When he pushed on it, you could clearly see it moving. He gave up too quick. It's like that picture of that guy that's mining for diamonds, and then he gives up right before he reaches the diamonds. That's what that is.
Bro, we're trapped.
I love how very clearly that's a flimsy barricade that a baby could destroy like the Hulk, but Parker still insists that they're trapped. Petey probably put that up thinking it was only gonna slow them down for like maybe a couple of seconds, like a second or two, but then he saw that and it kind of threw him for a loop because he wasn't expecting them to not be able to break through that very flimsy door. Then they walk around the house and find out the windows are blocked too, and then Parker wonders how many other people are trapped there, and then he decides to set up some cameras around the house while Chester wants to find a way out. And while he's trying to find a way out, he stumbles across a room named TV Land and finds a tape labeled commercial, which is just another horrible commercial.
Hi everyone! It's me,
Like Petey, you need to step your game up. Then he explores the house more and he finds the weird bear guy from the commercial earlier. He gets chased around by him for a bit. And before he gets caught, an alarm goes off and they leave him alone to go play some tunes in the other room. And then Chester and Parker decide to go to sleep, as you do. And while they're sleeping, Chester has to use the bathroom.
What?
Again, they keep this place pretty sanitary. Like, I'm impressed with the attention to detail. And sure, the bear being in the shower and the sign that says have fun being on the toilet is a little bit strange. There are definitely hotels that are worse than that. So all things considered, it's not entirely horrible. And it must not have affected Chester that much because he just ends up going back to sleep. They end up waking up later and continue investigating. Then they find Kaylee and then they run away and leave the house with Kaylee still in there. And this is what they said in their own words. We went home and emailed Becca that her sister may still be trapped in Petey's Playhouse. She's been begging us to go back ever since. So not only did they leave Kaylee in there, but then they emailed Becca and pretty much said, yeah, she might be in there, she might not, we don't know, it's your problem. And then they ignore her request to even go back. But like I said before, one of my favorite things about this is the emails they get from people who are asking for help. Here's another one.
We were contacted by a girl named Lucy who is concerned because her mom, Gloria, became pregnant.
Oh no, she's pregnant. Call Life of Luxury.
And since carrying this child, her mom has become animalistic and started smelling really bad.
She also smells really bad.
She sent us this video for proof.
What kind of thing is that possessed her mom? Her mom isn't doing anything crazy like climbing on walls or turning her head 360 degrees or breaking plates everywhere. She's just being really annoying and slamming the oven shut over and over. The ghost of minor annoyances possessed her. They end up driving to Lucy's house in the evening, of course. And I guess when it comes to ghost hunting, Parker has no consideration for anything because he shines a 3 billion watt light right at her house and then knocks on the door, which is quickly answered by the mom. She probably was already awake because she probably thought it was morning because of the light that they shined at her house.
Hey, I know this is weird, but your daughter emailed us. She says she's concerned about you.
No, that was me. I emailed you.
Wait, so your mom is pregnant?
Yes, she's extremely pregnant.
My mom has a major case of the pregnant. And why is Parker so surprised that this lady has a mom? He's like visibly shocked by this. Lucy didn't pick up on this, I guess, but he is low-key calling her super old. They end up going into the house to look for the mom, and it turns out that the mom is baking special cookies for them, so they decide to sit down and have some, but they turn out to be absolute abominations of cookies. Then they all sit down together to have a nice little chat.
Lucy, you emailed us because you're concerned about your mother, Gloria's pregnancy.
This isn't natural. She's 78 years old. I don't know how this happened.
Have you tried asking her how she conceived this baby?
How could I ask her? She lost her mind years ago. Hey, Mom, how did you get pregnant?
Well, you see, dear, your father and I loved each other very much.
Dad's been dead for 10 years, Mom.
Why did she say that so angrily? She sounded like she was about ready to throat punch her. It's probably that kind of behavior that caused her to lose her mind in the first place. Did you ever think of that? Also, are they trying to save on electricity or something because they still haven't turned on any lights in the house? Even while they're having this conversation, the only light that's shining at them is a video light that's shining right in their face.
This isn't natural for you to have a baby at this age. Can you please tell us, how did you become pregnant?
Bro, what is that?
Oh dear, it seems like my water broke.
Dude, My socks are getting wet.
Then pick up your feet, Chester. He says his socks are getting wet as in they are continuing to get wet, but he's leaving his feet there. Like, literally just pick up your feet. They're not glued to the ground. You're letting your socks get wet. Lucy then says she has something for her mom in the car, but literally drives away and leaves Chester and Parker with the mom. And while she's in labor, Chester and Parker go to sleep. They literally just hop in some random bed and go to sleep. And while they're sleeping, the mom gets all weird and starts crawling around until eventually she starts banging on the door to the room they're sleeping in.
Dude, do you hear that? Come on. Bro! Is she there?
It's time for me to give birth now.
I don't know how it took them so long to wake up. She was literally slamming her body against the door and yelling at the top of her lungs. But somehow they were just sleeping through it. Honestly, that's a level of not caring that I aspire to get to one day. And what makes it even better is that their first reaction is to grab their cameras and open the door. They don't even try talking it out first. They just straight up go for it. The mom ends up giving birth in this makeshift hospital room thing, and the baby has no arms or legs, but somehow it ends up chasing them around for a bit, and then they just run away with the mom, still all messed up in there. It seems like this is how all of their videos go. They don't actually fix anything, they just run away and kind of hope it works itself out, I guess. Because after they left, it says they tried to call Lucy and Gloria, but neither of them answered. And I guess the implication here is that they're dead, but they don't ever follow up on it. Not to sound like a broken record, but that probably would have been a good time to call the police. But no, they decide it's not their problem and they just leave it be. That is another level of not caring. And if you couldn't tell, these are definitely not real, I think. Today we're looking at everybody's favorite classic YouTube channel, JStation, who is known for things like getting arrested at Disney World, faking his girlfriend's death, and of course investigating the paranormal. Welcome to Spooky October. This channel primarily follows JStation as he investigates ghostly activities, most of which consist of him buying things off the dark web. We bought a mansion off the dark web. We bought a dark web twin sister. We bought a babysitter off the dark web. There's no area of the dark web that's been left unexplored by JStation. He's like the Lewis and Clark of the dark web, except instead of discovering animals and plants, he discovered Garbage Bag Man.
I'm walking home right now and there's been this man in our city known as the Garbage Bag Man. He's dressed in a garbage bag and he tries to like sneak into people's houses, guys. The news is saying he's extremely dangerous and he hasn't been captured yet by the police, guys. I think I seen him right there, guys. I swear to God, right over there, right by the garbages, guys. Guys, I swear I saw him right inside of these garbage bags right here. Whoa, oh my God.
Okay, so I don't know if I completely agree with JStation's approach here. Not only is the most wanted criminal in the city called Garbage Bag Man, but JStation thinks he sees him while he's walking home late at night, and he decides to record it. If Garbage Bag Man is as dangerous as the news says, then why is he stopping and recording it? I'm not saying this is fake. I would never dare to say such a thing. Never. But how did he not notice that there was a floating cardboard box right above where he thought he saw Garbage Bag Man? Did it not maybe like register with him that like maybe possibly that was a little bit sketchy? Like a little bit? It just seems a little strange to me. That's all I'm saying. I mean, you know, maybe it's just me. I don't know.
Joe, that's it, guys. Oh, look at him. Look at him.
Let me inside.
What?
You let me inside.
Where's your shoes? You're wearing garbage bags on your shoes. Stop coming at me.
Let me inside, please.
Well, why do you want to come inside?
I'm cold.
You're cold?
Yeah.
Don't you have a house?
No.
Part of me thinks that Garbage Bag Man may be just a little bit misunderstood. What if he's just some homeless guy that fell into a trash can and got a trash bag stuck on his entire body except for his ankles, and he's just a little bit cold? It sounds tragic, really.
Well, why do you want to come inside?
I'm cold.
He really does sound like he's freezing to death, and JStation is just pointing a bright light right at his face and yelling at him like he's some kind of filth.
Okay, you need to get away from me. Seriously. You're really freaking me out.
Let me live with you.
No, you're not living with me. What the frick, guys? Oh my God, that's him. That's the freaking Garbage Bag Man. Guys, the news said he was like extremely dangerous. Yo, you better stay back from me right now.
What is that? Why did he throw that cone at him? Garbage Bag Man literally did nothing to him and JStation just throws a cone at him? That is not good manners. That's bad manners. JStation, that's not nice. I'm starting to feel bad for Garbage Bag Man. He's becoming a garbage sad man, and that's sad. You know, maybe this is just some deep commentary on how less fortunate individuals can sometimes be treated as less than human, and we can do a better. Never mind, it's just a guy who wants to be a garbage bag. The Garbage Bag Man ends up following JStation for a bit. He ends up getting into the building and he follows JStation back to his home. Then one thing leads to another and Garbage Bag Man ends up crashing on JStation's couch, and for some reason JStation just lets it happen.
I'm going to freaking bed. I don't know if I trust this guy or not, guys. Maybe he's just like a homeless guy and he really just needs a place to stay. I don't know, guys. I'm gonna go to bed and I'll just pick up the camera in the morning. Good night.
I like that JStation is just saying all this stuff about Garbage Bag Man right in front of him. He doesn't care. He's literally like 15 feet away from him screaming about how he doesn't trust him and he's just gonna go to bed. And just in case you thought everything about the situation was cool and everything was gonna work out, there's some text that says, "Gone wrong." Who would have guessed?
What is this we have here? Is that a camera? What do we have here? Oh, look at him.
JStation is the worst sleeper in the world. He looks like he's doing a Sims 3 sleep animation. And not to mention that he has a big bright light shining right in his face. And somehow he doesn't wake up. And all of this is happening while Garbage Man is just vlogging. Very loudly vlogging, I might add.
What is this we have here? Is that a camera?
Not to be mean, Garbage Bag Man, but what else would it be? Like, you're obviously aware of what a camera is, and then you also press record on the camera and face it towards yourself, but you still act like you're not sure what it is. Seems like you should probably know. Maybe, I don't know. So Garbage Bag Man continues his vlog and talks about how he's nice to people even though the news called him extremely dangerous, and then he proceeds to break that characterization of him by stating that he's gonna get rid of JStation. Sounds like a great plan to me. He does all of this while practically yelling, and somehow JStation never wakes up. Also, JStation needs to clean his room. Look at the cups on the shelf. Garbage Bag Man then continues his vlog and tries to turn JStation's roommate into a garbage bag, and then JStation understandably kicks him out of the house. So no issues actually solved here. No issue at all. Garbage Bag Man literally tries to kill JStation's roommate, but all they do is kick him out of the house and unleash him into the world to hunt down somebody else. They don't even call the police.
I think he was trying to like kick us out of our house, guys. Let's smash the like button right now. Let's hit 50,000 likes.
The only thing he does is ask for 50,000 likes, which if I'm being honest, I don't think that's gonna stop Garbage Bag Man. I just don't think it will. I think one of my favorite things about his videos though are how preventable the situations he gets himself in are. In this case, he could have just not opened the door for Garbage Bag Man, and then his roommate wouldn't have almost been turned into a garbage bag. Then there's also another personal favorite situation of mine. We bought a pet cat off the dark web.
Alright guys, so we're on the dark web website right now where you can actually buy all these pet cats, and right now they have 4 different cats on here, guys.
I'm really liking the options here. Rough Love Kitty, Cosplay Kitty, Naughty Love Kitty, Used Love Kitty, which maybe it's just me, but they all look a little bit sketch, just a little bit. And just thinking about the JStation cinematic universe, it's funny to me that he would even want to buy this off the dark web. Like, considering the other stuff he bought off the dark web and presumably none of them worked out, I don't know why he wants to buy something else off the dark web. Why do you put yourself in these incredibly real and dangerous situations? Is this a boys will be boys moment? It really feels like one. And if being on the dark web wasn't enough, cats is also in quotations, which should be an indicator that maybe you should not buy these cats. After a while, JStation and his friend end up picking out the Used Love Kitty because it's cheap, and then they decide to read the reviews after they buy the kitty.
This other review right here says our family bought this pet and it ate both of our children, guys. It just ate them.
We're gonna let it go in our house?
If I would have known these reviews, guys, I would not have bought this Used Love Kitty at all.
This should be a lesson to you all to read the reviews before you buy something on the internet, because it might end up eating your kids, especially a dark web cat. Dark web cats are known for eating kids. Anyways, the cat shows up to the door, busts in looking like a full-grown man, and JStation is scared and they end up hiding from him for a bit until they start petting him.
Oh, guys, it likes me. It's a nice cat.
Bro, it looks like it's a nice cat, actually.
Yeah. Oh my God, this cat is amazing, guys. Oh my God.
Should we keep him, Mom? She's licking me.
I don't think so, bro.
Oh, this is a nice cat. I think we should name him like Bob or something. What do you think?
No, bro, I think we should get rid of the cat.
Oh, look, he's nice.
In the JStation cinematic universe, I wonder what cats look like. They aren't suspicious at all about this cat. Like, you know, our first thought is that there's a giant human in that cat. That sounds kind of weird. But that doesn't occur to them in the moment at all. Are cats just really big and really scary in the JCU? I don't know why that took me a while to register. JStation Cinematic Universe. But unfortunately, the cat ends up attacking JStation, so they run away and once again solve the problem by just releasing him into the world and letting it be somebody else's problem. That seems to be their go-to method. I wonder how many beasts they've released back into the city to cause misery and havoc for the citizens. Probably a lot. Too many. Garbage Bag Man is still out there. A couple of videos ago, one of you commented a video suggestion for me, which is great. I don't like being original. This comment is from Jessica Nicole, and she asked if I've seen the channel Luxury Pranks, which I haven't. So of course I went to their channel to check them out, see what they were about, and I'm on their about section, and it just says, "Be safe online," which is mildly threatening. It kind of makes it sound like they have someone watching me through my camera, just waiting for me to slip up. But then I realized that Jessica's comment was more specifically about Luxury Pranks' second channel, Life of Luxury. And one would assume that if your channel name is Life of Luxury, it is about someone named Luxury or someone with a life of luxury. So of course I went to their about tab again, and this time it just says, "Do not fall asleep." If I go missing after this video, you guys know where to look. In Luxury Pranks basement. However, upon further inspection of this channel, it is just a lot of videos about spooky situations. She thought her little brother was dead. He loves to watch her sleep. Her son can't stop growing at night. So either Life of Luxury isn't a vlog channel about luxury, or this guy lives in the most haunted area in the universe. He lives in the Chuck E. Cheese kitchen. I don't know why that came to my mind as the most haunted place in the universe, but I'm just gonna roll with it. So the first video I want to look at is called "It Waits Until You Fall Asleep." Obviously, whoever's in that thumbnail didn't listen to Life of Luxury's warning. Life of Luxury clearly said don't fall asleep. And what did you do? You fell asleep. So the story of this video is that there's this girl named Olivia, and she thinks that she has a stalker because some weird lady has been standing outside of her house. And this is even scarier to her because all of her friends went missing recently, so she lives alone.
Olivia says she feels unsafe because she currently lives alone because all of her roommates recently went missing.
So what does she decide to do? She decides to call the police. Oh, sorry, wait. Oh, sorry, she calls Life of Luxury. She also says that there's this old lady outside who has been asking her to come into the house, and she has a video of this too. I guess in the LCU, Luxury Cinematic Universe, they don't know what an old lady looks like because that does not look like an old lady. That looks like a demon. That looks like something that would be in a Chuck E. Cheese kitchen. But I don't know too much about the LCU, so I'm not gonna look into that too deep. So Luxury and his friend Chester, who's wearing sunglasses at night in a car, they drive over to Olivia's house to see what's going on, and then on the way there, they have a little kerfuffle about Parker's motives for accepting the job.
Dude, just admit that you're attracted to her.
Okay, yeah, I mean, from her photo, she's clearly an attractive girl.
And this whole time, Parker's like obsessed with the idea of this Olivia girl. No, dude, I didn't accept the job because she's a girl. I accepted it because she needs my help, because I'm a ghost hunter. Nah, you just think she's hot. Once they get to the house, Chester sees this girl off to the side and he points her out to Parker, but Parker literally does not care.
Chester, come on. What are you doing? We gotta go.
Bro, there's a girl here.
Dude, come on.
Because the only girl he cares about is a different girl. I was talking about Olivia, if you didn't know. They knock on the door of Olivia's house, and some dude, who looks like Joji, by the way, answers the door, and as it turns out, they got catfished by Joji. And then we proceed to have an instant classic cinematic moment.
Hi, we're here for Olivia. Is she home?
Yeah, I'm Olivia. I catfished you.
Dude, what's going on?
Sir, listen, we just drove all the way here for Olivia. Is she here or not?
Nah, she's not here. I'm Olivia. I catfished you.
After a little bit of confusion, they end up going inside to talk to this guy, whose name's Chad, by the way, and he's an alpha. Chad talks about how there's this girl stalking him and he needs their help, but honestly, he's kind of a freak the whole time.
You only go to girls' houses. Do you really think a girl like that will meet up with guys like you? I'm kidding! I don't know if she's just a crazy lady trying to break into my house or... you know.
And every so often during this scene, Chester chimes in with his little input, and he literally sounds like an anime character every time he talks.
Dude, what? What is he talking about?
What?
Eventually, they agree to help out Chad, and then Chester and Parker go into a little hallway to talk about, like, oh, why did you accept this job? This dude's weird.
If this guy's in danger, then there's nothing that's gonna make me not want to help him.
Good looks, boys. We're gonna catch this crazy old bag.
I don't know why Parker was like so hurt by that. Like, it doesn't even look like he was physically hurt. He was like emotionally hurt. So then after this little moment, Chester decides he's gonna go check and see if the girl's still outside. And of course she is, and she does this creepy little wave thing. Like, why is she waving? You have a terrible wave. Your technique is awful.
Do you need help? What is that? Watch out! Watch out!
So that is the first glimpse we see of stop motion spooky monster. And so Chester decides to go tell Parker about this.
Dude, I just saw that girl from earlier. Something pulled her into the woods.
Wait, what girl? You mean Olivia?
Parker literally just still doesn't care. He is so set on Olivia.
There's something dangerous in the woods.
Dude, just drop it. We're trying to focus on what's going on inside of this house. This isn't a woods video.
Totally. It's not like whatever is happening outside has anything to do with what's happening inside. There's no correlation. So they set up all the cameras, and then they go to tell Chad that they've set up all the cameras. And let me tell you, Chad's a little freaky.
We set up cameras all over your house. We're gonna watch the footage in the morning, and we can see if that old lady comes back.
Oh, you bet. You bet. Hey, but listen, you might not want to watch the footage from my room tomorrow.
Do you kiss your mama with that mouth? Chester and Parker then once again go to the hallway to talk about whatever's going on, and Parker's kind of fed up at this point.
Huh? He's not taking this seriously. This is all just a big joke to him. I'm beginning to think that this guy's not in any danger at all. Listen, now he's smashing stuff in there and screaming.
And so Parker decides he's gonna tell Chad how he really feels, so he walks back to Chad's room.
Oh, why?
Chad, listen, I've had enough of your behavior.
I like how he literally doesn't acknowledge anything about this situation. Chad is hanging on the wall, and there's a broken window, and there's glass on the floor, but he just keeps doing his thing. Look, Chad, you've been really annoying me today. I bet you're not even in real danger. You probably made this whole thing up. I bet you hate animals too. I'm sorry, Chad, that was probably too far. Please just talk to me, Chad. Chatty. And so after that whole moment, Chester decides to go outside again and check to see if the girl's out there.
Who are you?
Please let me in.
Huh?
Please help me.
What? What's wrong with you?
It did this to me.
Did what?
It took my daughter.
And of course, Chester gets scared because that lady looks scary. And he goes to tell Parker again. And you can probably guess what Parker's response was like.
Parker?
Please let me inside.
Parker! Dude!
What?
I just saw that lady.
Really? Wait, who?
Dude, I saw the lady that Chad was talking about.
Wait, who?
I also saw a gummy worm on the ground and thought about eating it.
And did you?
I think she came from the woods.
Dude, why do you keep bringing up the woods?
Because I think there's something dangerous out there. We need to leave now.
Listen, I don't care about the woods. I don't even know why you're telling me this.
Huh?
I've had a long day dealing with this guy.
He says he's had a long day with the guy, but he's been there like 2 hours. They end up going to sleep. And during this time, that lady sneaks into the house because I guess they didn't check any of the windows before they went to sleep. Like, sure, there's some really spooky stuff going on, but they didn't check the windows because that would be dumb. And during this whole time, Chad's still just hanging out on the wall. She starts walking down the hall and eventually makes it to their bedroom, and then she kind of just stands there for a little bit. Like, girl, you need to find something better to do. I don't know how they didn't hear that. She was like annoyingly loud. They have to be the deepest sleepers in the world. Chester wakes up from his slumber because he thinks Parker's playing footsies with him.
Dude, come on. I don't want to play footsie right now.
Oh?
Wait.
Why did we get a mega close-up shot of that? I feel like I just invaded your personal bubble. I feel like you invaded mine.
Something's touching my foot.
Wait, what?
What is that? Dude, I think there's something down here.
What do you mean?
So it turns out this whole time it was Spooky Monster that was playing with Chester's feet, which I realize now that I say that sentence could totally be taken out of context. And the monster ends up taking Chester, and then Chester's like, ah, and then he's swinging him around the hallway a little bit. Parker comes to save the day. He snatches Chester away, and then they leave. And boom, that's the end of the adventure. I don't know what happened to Chad. I guess he's still just hanging out. But Chester and Parker left, so I guess the mystery is unsolved. Should Jordan copyright the line, "Hey Goobers"? The subreddit hasn't even been open that long and we're already trying to pass some laws. The Goober army will not be stopped. I tried making Sono Jordan as a merman. That is great. I also like how you added the little bikini top. I look ready to destroy all of my enemies, and honestly, I'm here for it. Next video. The next video I want to look at is called "There's Something Wrong with Her Dad." And I can confirm there definitely is something wrong with her dad. His hands are on backwards. Your hands are wrong. So this video is about a visually impaired girl named Emily, and she says that her dad won't let her in his room anymore, and he also gives her weird tasting milk.
She says that her dad won't let her in his room anymore, and he keeps giving her milk.
And I don't blame her, honestly. I also draw the line at weird tasting milk. If one of my friends gave me milk that tasted weird, they wouldn't be my friend. Or alive. So the dynamic duo Chester and Parker drive to her house and meet Emily, and this is when she begins to explain the little pickle she's in with her dad. It's kind of crowded in there. It's crowded in the little pickle. So they're in the kitchen. Emily's talking about her problem with her dad, and then that's when her dad walks in.
Oh, one more thing I didn't tell you. When he came home, he was...
And TBH, I'd be scared of him too. Not even because of the current situation, just in general. He looks scary.
Milk does the body good. Does the body good.
Nah, looks good. Parker and Chester set up all the cameras, and then they go into Emily's bedroom to let her know, and then that's when they start to hear something weird.
Okay, so I think we're all good.
Sorry guys, that was just my stomach. Emily's dad ends up going outside, and so Parker and Chester go to set up a super secret camera in his room, and then they notice there's some black stuff on his bed.
What is this?
Oh, bro, let's put the camera on.
Put it up there.
But hey, you guys went into his bedroom without asking, so don't be surprised when you see black stuff on the bed. Then they go out to their car to check on the cameras, and then they see that Emily's dad is just staring at the wall.
Bro, look what he's doing right now. He's just facing the wall.
I mean, he's just sitting, dude. Let's just calm down and wait till he starts actually doing something.
All right.
But they don't think about that too much. They just end up going to sleep. And then at some point, Emily's dad leaves the room by teleporting. And then he goes to Emily's room, assumedly by walking.
Yo, dude, look at this. Wake up. Look at this.
What?
Look. What's he doing in there?
Is that someone's arm?
Who's he letting in there, dude?
Who is that?
Yo, let's go inside. Come on.
We gotta go. We gotta go.
Let's go.
So they're watching on the cameras, and then that's when they see a weird guy crawling through the top of the door. A real freaky deaky. Parker and Chester see this, and so they rush inside to save her.
Hurry, hurry.
I don't know why he said that like they weren't just stomping and screaming down the hall. You guys were being pretty loud. Disrespectfully loud. Emily was trying to sleep.
Why are you doing this to your daughter? Don't you love her?
Why is he talking like that? Why are you doing this to your daughter? And your milk tastes bad, but you'll need to buy more because I drank it all.
Yo, you wanna know? I'm sick of this, dude. I'm getting the police involved.
What are you?
Look out! Look out! Look out!
She made the stick!
So they had their little fight, and then the dad runs away, and I guess at some point he decided he was gonna get naked because they run outside and his clothes are just all over the ground, and they're slimy. Slime making kit gone wrong, am I right?
You look out! Look out! What is that over there?
I don't know. What is that?
What the hell are you doing here?
Alright, listen, it's alright, I mean, it's alright.
What did he just say?
Alright, listen, it's alright, I mean, it's alright.
He said, "It's alright, mate." Also, the dad's naked. I don't know why I felt more compelled to point out that he said Emily wrong, but I guess maybe that says something about me. And once again, the problem is not solved. The dad's just running naked around town, all slimy and stuff. If you couldn't tell by now, these videos are obviously fake, which you might not have because I think I probably cut out the part where he says that they're not real. They're produced with the intention to entertain. And I know I goofed on them a little bit, but really it's all in good fun. The videos themselves were actually pretty entertaining.